Good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage. The Short Track Showdown Series AMP Demolition and Grading Mid-Season Championship, Southern National Speedway. Short little bull ring with some pretty good banking to it. Ought to make for some interesting racing tonight. About a dozen Asphalt Warriors checked in for tonight's event. They are just under 4 minutes away from qualifying, and then we are going to get to the big show after that. Last show for the week. For those of you who tried to tune in last night, the Dirt Slingers guys, there was a lot of problems with some people logging into servers. Some couldn't get in, some had to try, and we got towards the end of the practice session, and there were guys still trying. We just didn't have enough drivers, so that thing got postponed until next week, and they will reschedule it and try to knock it out again next Monday there at Lima Land Motorsports Park. So we'll be off until Sunday night for the Mars guys, and then Sunday, Monday, and again on Tuesday next week until the Thursday night guys kick off. And then next Wednesday we'll have our Chandler Grand Prix, round 4, I believe, with the midget guys. I see Bill and Barbara. Guys, if you're in the chat, say hi. I don't care where you're at. YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Facebook, we can see you. Let us know you're out there. Already got people chiming in about their favorite driver, their pick for tonight. The McLaughlin crowd still kind of on a high from last week. All the regular guys are in here. See one new name, Bert Duffy, here in this 75 car. It is a name that I do not recognize. Doesn't mean he hasn't been here before. Just I do not recognize the name. So you do 2 or 3 of these, you get familiar with all the guys that are kind of the core groups, and it's good to see new faces. Good to see drivers that make races when they can. I don't know if this was just his first race or if this is a favorite track, or just a new face to the whole series. But 75 car, he's 975 on the pylon, but the 75 car on the track. Essex, does that say Essex Electric? Yes, it does. Ooh, don't know where all of our fans are at. I see we've got quite a big audience already, so don't know where everybody's at. But man, make sure you say hi. It makes it a whole lot more fun. Makes the night go by a lot quicker. If we can have some chatter in our different pages. Yeah, there's Randy. I figured he'd be coming along pretty quick. I know he works a night shift, and he comes and watches his brother, who just now took his car off. And he went completely off the grid, so. He'll be watching the 46 car. I see Zach Stalkner down here in the 955. He's a late arrival to the track, but we'll get him in. So just about qualifying time. We'll watch as many of these guys as we can. Quick laps, 14 3/4 seconds. You got to flick around pretty fast, so try not to get seasick while we do that. Somebody practicing their victory celebration right there on the front stretch. Throwing up some smoke. All right. Qualifying it is. And Sean McLaughlin will be the first car on to the racing surface. Try to get a little heat into his tires. We'll watch Sean's first lap here, and then we'll move on. We can grab a couple of other drivers. Looking pretty smooth through 3 and 4 now. He was really good through 1 and 2. We'll see what kind of time he posts here. And McLaughlin, 14.97 on his first lap. Here comes Adam Vinny Davis, 14.75, and that's about where he practiced. So Adam Vinny, 86. Bert Duffy's first lap, 15.02. There's Kyler Davis' second lap. He slowed down a little bit. Turnmeyer slowed down. McLaughlin slowed way down. Werdeman. Let's watch Andrew Perry here. Westendorf shows in at 9th quick. I think that was a little slide right there. We'll see where he times in. He was 4th quick the first time around. He did not improve. Barely slowed down, but he did slow down a little bit. Pete Dillon went up to 3rd on his first lap. He's the last car currently out here. And Pete Dillon on lap number 2 slows down about a 10th. Dale Garrett up to 2nd quick. I don't know if he's got enough on lap number 2. Looked like he slowed way down in 3 and 4 to me. And he does 14.91. So he ran an 85 and then a 91. So not a lot of slowdown, but enough. And he will grid out P2. With the invert, we'll see where these guys all line up after they get ready to roll off here. That chat lighting up now. Stevie, Church. Appreciate it, guys. That covers all of our platforms. So qualifying has come to an end. Only driver did not take qualifying time was Zach Stalkner, the 955 car. He was a pretty late arrival. And he had started in the back last week as well, if I remember. I did not take qualifying, so. Drivers meeting right now. Here comes Stalkner. He may be going to try to roll out here. He gridded it to the end of pit road. I don't know if he's going out or not. There he goes. So we will get to watch Zach. See what Mr. Stalkner can do. He can start no worse than P12. A little bit of a slip right there and kind of a slide, and Stalkner 11th quick, 15.18 seconds on lap number 1. Lap 2 in the books, and 15.08 does not improve his position, but does improve the time. So back row inside for the 955 this evening. Just waiting for the session to end and get out here, grid them up. Get ready for our big feature tonight. Last week's feature was pretty good. Caution with 25 to go, and McLaughlin on about 20 lap older tires was able to hang on and keep his car exactly where he needed to lap after lap to hold off. I want to say it was Matt Eddy that he held off, which I don't see the 88 car tonight, so. Couple of drivers that are missing. We should be getting ready to advance any moment here. Remind everybody, Sunday night, 8 Eastern, MARS, Beardsconsin Pavement, late model stock car series. Be sure you tune in for that. If you're a Beardsconsin small batch beard oils fan, be something special for you there. Can't give it away just yet, but believe me, it's something special for everybody. So make sure you mark your calendars and tune in for that. We will get back to multiple nights, not just Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. We'll get back to pretty much all week here right after the 1st of April because Netcode is bringing the midgets back for season 2 of 2024 and our every other week. And we're trying to work something out with the EPI guys, but right now it's tough because a lot of the nights are covered and their time slots don't always match up with our time slots, but we'd love to see Wade and the boys get back on the channel as well. They do a lot of wingless sprint car racing, so get back to our roots in the dirt a little bit more. We love our pavement. Don't get us wrong. We love our pavement, but our roots came from the dirt, so I am not sure what we're waiting for. I know it's all about ready to go. Maybe the drivers' meeting dragging on just a little bit long. I know there is a bunch of drivers in the chat tonight, so there's about 9 guys in the live chat, so I am sure they are either asking questions or getting their final instructions. A lot of big patches happened. I don't even know what was in the patches today. I just know I had to have one before I could come in here and do this. So yeah, Randy, we're gonna have a little bit more dirt, I think, on. Really trying to help our buddy Grady Chandler out with his Chandler Grand Prix deal. That's a pretty cool deal. Run the midget on the qualifying night, finish in the top 3 in the feature. You're qualified for the final, which is race number 9. And the winner of that is going to have the option to take home $2,000 in cash or a ride in a midget at a national midget event. And second place is taking the option for $500 cash or a ride on an ROK Outlaw go-kart. And that I don't have a bunch of details on, but I think it's at one of the tracks where those guys race those karts. So we are trying real hard. It was all about weather and different things. As we were trying to find out what the patch was about today. It was a bunch of nothing for us. That's what it was. Are you dating yourself, Mr. Brunner? Is that what you're doing? I'm just throwing it out there, man. You said it. I just wanted to clarify. I always wonder, why is the light coming from underneath the building right there in that shot by the 2 fire extinguishers? So, all right, let's get ready to do this here. We are going down through the starting grid, and with our invert tonight, Kyler Davis. He's going to start up front with Dale Garrett. In fact, we're not going to have an invert. Looks like a 0. So it'll be Kyler Davis in the 6th car on pole. Dale Garrett in the 72 will be to the outside of that row. Second row inside the 7 of Pete Dillon, and he will have the 11 of Adam Vinny on his outside. Andrew Perry, 33 car. Next to his teammate in the 16, Marvin Turnmeyer. They make up row number 3. And our fourth row will have the 77, last week's winner, Sean McLaughlin, in it. And he'll have the 75 of Burt Duffy alongside him. And I think we're getting an invert here, boys. I don't know what that invert is yet, but I got guys moving to the side, getting out the way. Westendorf and Werdeman in row 4, and Stockner, or in row 5, excuse me, and Stockner and John Brunner in the back row. So let's see what the invert rolls off to be. Andrew Perry and Adam Vinny are moving up to row number 1. Dale Garrett and Pete Dillon, row 2. Kyler Davis and Burt Duffy, row 3. Sean McLaughlin, Jeff Werdeman, row 4. Then it'll be Westendorf and Brunner, Stockner and Turnmeyer to the back. Oh, I wonder if that's a penalty for something that happened last week. I was not aware of any penalties coming out. A little bit, only a little bit. Mr. Church is saying that there's some stories coming out of it. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some stories out of that too. So, all right, pace cars getting out of the way. It is time to go green for 60 laps at Southern National, the Mid-Season Championship, presented by AMP Demolition and Grading, LLC. And right out of the box, it looks like the 33 of Andrew Perry is trying to grab the lead. Oh, Adam Vinny. Adam Vinny going around. Adam Vinny out of 4. And he is not able to hang on to that thing at all. Just looks like he just flat broke it loose right there. It started to slide, and it just did not recover. Yeah, back to right rear corner into the fence there. It looks like he's going to be able to continue. It'll have a little bend in it. Arrow, not a big deal on such a short track. So we'll see what he can do coming from the back. You know, if anything, he got that right rear corner out of the wind. Maybe she'll slipstream a little different. I don't know. I may be totally out to lunch here. He may need that right rear corner through the corners. I don't know. But Perry, Garrett, Dillon, Davis, Duffy, McLaughlin, Werdeman, Westendorf, Brunner, Stockner, Turnmeyer, and then Vinny. Ought to see him doubling up here this time around. I think we're going to get our pace car to turn the lights off. That means they'll get themselves out of the way down in turn number 4. And we'll get back to it. We do not have 5 laps. I don't know if we got 2 laps in. I think we completed a lap because they were out of 4 when the caution came out. So that lap will count. Pace car out of the way. Green flag immediately flies. We'll see if that resets here. I'm not going to count on that being lap 6 of 60. But it's Perry Dillon, Garrett 1, 2, 3. The 4th place car, single file. That's going to be Kyler Davis. Now gets in line. Duffy behind. Everybody getting single file quick. Wow, they are killing the fence up the backstretch.
All right, man.
And Josh Westendorf. Josh Westendorf is going to have a big problem. The 3 or 4 cars in front of him pounded the fence, and he was already on the outside, comes off. He killed the fence. Then he got into Brunner. Turnmeyer gets a piece. Stockner gets a piece. Adam Vinny once again. Into this time, he's got left rear, right rear, and front end damage. Well, maybe not as bad on the front end as I thought it was, but he's got all kinds of damage on that. And it looks to me like Westendorf is having issues. That car is all kinds of bent up. Whole left side caved in. I'm surprised the right side ain't caved in more than it is. Because he killed the fence. So he's in the pits. Turnmeyer is also in the pits. Right side of his car heavily damaged. Back end pushed in. Looks like the left side, left rear corner was kind of pushed in. They're going to pop all that sheet metal out. Looks like they make these cars out of Play-Doh right now. They're going to double up. We're going to get ready to go back to green here.
All right, man. Lights are back
Caution
on the pace car.
lights
We're not going green this
back
time. We are
on.
not going green.
As the two guys coming out of the pits were not able to catch up. But we'll go right back to 1 to go right here. There, we got our lap counter to reset a second ago. So we'll start lap 4 of 60. These little bull rings, these guys race close, they race tight, they race hard, and the slightest little mistake, and the next thing you know, we have a parking lot. So Perry and Dillon still in the front row.
Green, green, green.
Green late this time, very late coming out. They were all the way up on the front stretch before it came out. They've been dropping it way back there at the opening to pit road, and this time catches a couple of guys a little off guard. We're going to have some side-by-side racing back here with Duffy and McLaughlin. McLaughlin was on the outside. That car really almost got away from him. He had the right rear hanging out there quite a ways. He'll fall back in line in 6th. Werdeman's tucked in behind that, and once again, I see McLaughlin trying to make the track a foot or two wider. Here we go again, Adam Vinny. And Adam Vinny lost control of the car. He's going to end up rolling down pit road. He is going to go at least a lap down. 3 and 4 are the leaders. Adam Vinny coming down to the end of pit road. He actually went ahead and stopped the car on pit road. So Adam Vinny not having a very good night tonight. Perry's in front of Dillon. Dillon's got company. Garrett is there, and Garrett's looking for a spot. Drove it in on the bottom. Got Dillon to move up the hill. Adam Vinny back on track. He's going to be a couple of laps down, but he's blending into traffic. We'll see if he can unlap himself here as he'll run on in second place on the track, but he is 12th in the standings. Dale Garrett still trying to get second place away from Pete Dillon. Just can't get the car off the bottom of the track there. Can't get that drive now. He gets it. That opens the door, and here comes Kyler Davis. Pete Dillon going to fall back to 4th, maybe 5th, maybe further. Might be about 8th when we come out of this. He's got company side by side right now. That is Burt Duffy. Duffy having problems getting his car to come up off the bottom with any kind of drive. And Dillon moves back in front, so put him 4th. Duffy's 5th. McLaughlin 6th. Werdeman now 7th. Turnmeyer recovering. He's up to 8th. Brunner is 9th. Stockner 10th. Westendorf 11th. And then Adam Vinny, who just got around the leader. And he has unlapped himself one time. He is 1 lap down, but right in front of the leaders. Needs a caution and a waiver round, I think. Andrew Perry moved to the pole. He's led every lap. And now Kyler Davis and Dale Garrett. And Kyler Davis has damage on the nose of that 6 car. And the left front corner is pushed in. I don't think it's affecting it because he has... he moved back to about row 3 on that start. And nice and steady has put himself up here on the podium currently. We got a long ways to go, though. Tires. Probably going to become a factor here in about, say 30 more laps. And any of that damage that affects how the arrow over the car goes, that's just going to heat the tires on the right side up. Watch Pete Dillon here for a minute. Go on board with Pete. Cannot get the run from the center of the corner out to get to that 6 car. Let's go with Burt Duffy here. He is behind Pete Dillon. They are stacked up. It is a single file line. 1st to 11th. Adam Vinny now, he's gotten a pretty good gap. He's about half a straightaway ahead of these guys. So he unlapped himself for a lap. Yeah. Yep, throw something out, a glove, something. But Andrew Perry podiumed last week, said he had that 800-pound gorilla off his back, and he's out here tonight at Southern National leading this thing. But the patient stalker behind him, Dale Garrett. Garrett content to sit there and just ride because he likes the pace. And then in about the last, I'm going to say 20 laps, somewhere around lap 40 to 42, he'll crank the throttle up a little bit and try to put some heat on whoever's in front of him. Kyler Davis still 3rd, Dillon 4th, Duffy, McLaughlin, Werdeman, Turnmeyer, Stockner, Westendorf, Brunner. And I think Mr. Vinny's, he might be making a car length every couple of laps. He is definitely going to need at least a caution. Gets the caution catch up to the tail of the field, get waved around, and then you never know. I mean, but we're lapping at about 15 1/4 seconds now. We've slowed down about a half a second from qualifying. Halfway through right here, when they come out of turn 4, they'll get shown the halfway sign. 30 in, 30 up. You can see they close in on him. Entry to the corner, but he is getting the better of everybody on the exits. And he's able to maintain that steady gap. Dale Garrett and Kyler Davis are starting to get a little bit of a gap between the top 3, 4th place. Pete Dillon is starting to fall back from these guys, and he may be just saving a little tire. He's not getting any pressure from behind. He's got about 5 car lengths back to Burt Duffy. Duffy's got company because McLaughlin's close. He's just not on attack mode right now. And Jeff Werdeman. And from Werdeman back to Turnmeyer, that is a big gap. That gap's about 3 seconds. And then it's a little bit of a gap back to Stockner. Not quite as big a gap back to Westendorf. John Brunner coming off pit road or going on to pit road, going on to pit road, going to try to get that damage fixed and get new skin. Adam Vinny now has gotten up to 11th, got around Brunner while Brunner was on pit road. He's got a full straightaway in front of these guys. He's lapping quicker than everybody right now. Not quite a 1/10 of a second. There comes Brunner out of turn 2 up onto the backstretch. Now, he should be able to stay in front of these leaders. He's 2 laps down right now. Almost 3. And he will probably run down Adam Vinny and probably have to make a move to go around him, even though it's not for position. Vinny's starting to get into the back of the field now. He's coming up on Josh Westendorf, but we're watching our top 6, 7 cars right here. We're inside 20 to go. If Dale Garrett is going to make a move, he is going to need to start it pretty quick, because it's one thing to get to the guy here. It is a whole other thing to get around him. And Perry not really making any mistakes. Laps clicking off very quickly. Now Dale Garrett starting to close in. Going to start to put that pressure on that rear bumper. Look for the chink in the armor, and then he's going to use that. And he is going to move Perry up the hill. He can't wait to get the lap traffic. 1, it's going to be too late. And 2, they're a couple of wide up here. They're almost side by side. And that will not leave an open door for him. So he is going to have to do this on his own. He's going to need to do it before they get to that lap traffic. He's only got 14 more circuits to get it done, but he is there, and he is putting pressure on. I don't know if Perry's looking in the mirror or not. But he has been unflappable. Garrett looking for the spot. All the traffic in front has gotten single file. 12 to go. This time will be around 10 to go when we get to lap traffic up here. And I think Dale Garrett's going to have to do something. If he waits to get into lap traffic, it could be his demise. He may have to settle for second. Sean McLaughlin around Pete Duffy, or at Pete Duffy. He had him for a second. Oh, big nick in the fence from the drivers in front of. He put his nose in there for a second, but he couldn't do anything to get around Duffy. We're going to go back to the front. Westendorf way up the hill. He gives everybody room to get by. The leader's still going at it. 9 to go this time. And now Garrett is there, keeping that pressure. As soon as I say it, he opens up a car length, does Perry. Every time Garrett gets close, Perry just does what he does, and he's able to move away a little bit. That time was a little wide in the corner, and Garrett wasn't there to capitalize and try to move him up the hill any further. 7 to go. Laps quickly going by the wayside. Has to find a way to get the run at the right spot so he can get to the inside before the entry to the corner. If he doesn't get there before the entry, unless somehow Perry makes a big mistake, he is not going to get the door open. Wave lap that time. 5 to go. Battle behind. Pete Dillon's going after Kyler Davis for the final podium spot. Dillon on the bottom. Davis is letting the car roll free through the middle up top. Garrett still can't get there. It's going to be 2 to go when they come out of turn number 4. Pete Dillon still trying to find a way around Kyler Davis. White flag coming out this time. Lap traffic right in front of the leaders. Will it become a factor? Hard to say right now. We're watching this battle for third. Let's go watch the leaders. Andrew Perry. It's going to be close, but no, he is not going to use lap traffic. He's not going to have to. Andrew Perry wins the mid-season championship tonight. Gail Garrett second, and Kyler Davis hangs on over Pete Dillon for the third and final podium spot. Dillon was fourth, and Duffy comes home in fifth. Well, we'll just go up here. We'll see who all is in when it's time, but Andrew Perry is definitely here. I'm sure that Mr. Garrett will join us, and we're looking for Kyler Davis. So only a couple of these guys were not in the chat. Well, maybe we won't get to. We'll see. We'll see who makes it in. Well, while we wait, let's do things in a different order than I'm used to because we have this. There we go. Now we got second place. Let's start at the top anyway. We'll go down here. We'll grab the driver. Apparently, when the monkey came off his back, the monkey left town because he podiums last week. And then he comes out here, starts on the pole, and just dominates at the mid-season championship. Andrew Perry, good things the last half of the season, it looks like.
Hey, Roger, good to talk to you again, buddy. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Really
this time we're on the top step, though, man.
Mr. Garrett off.
I was saying this time we're on the top step, my man. We're not down on the bottom step of the podium this week. So 2 weeks in a row, and you make leaps and bounds.
Yeah, man. I'm going to credit this win to the inversion. That just let me get out and set sail and kind of set a pace. I didn't burn my tires up, and Dale was coming, but I was able to hold him off. I don't know how. I mean, I guess he used his stuff up getting to me, but man, this is awesome. Good gosh, I love it.
Yeah, we talked about getting that monkey off your back last week. You come and win this week. I don't know what we could do next week to make it any better for you. You know, go back to back, I suppose.
Hey, it's good to dream big.
Yeah, you're going to dream. Why not have the biggest possible dream? And then, you know what? Maybe you win out and you can pull the whole championship. Who knows? Anything is possible at this point because for a while there, and we would talk to you during the warm-up session, and and I remember a friendly, hey, man, maybe don't talk to me next week because I'm trying to, beat the curse or whatever this is. We're going to talk to you for a couple of weeks, and now you're on a tear.
I know. I don't want to tell you never to talk to me again before the race, but I don't know.
Yeah, I get you, buddy. Well, an awesome run tonight, man. You're on the top step. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a big win.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the broadcast you do. I always love watching it the next day in my little bit of free time I have. Marvin and Jeff for putting this together. The guys here that we've got a good group of racers. Amp Grading and Demolition, Gentry Trucking, my wife for letting me do this. I had a really fast Ford Mustang. Man, it's just everything came together, and I'm just living in the moment.
All right, man. Appreciate you chatting with us. Congrats on the win, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
All right, Roger. Good talking to you, buddy.
Andrew Perry winning the mid-season championship race tonight at Southern National. And we waited for the patient stalker. He got there. Dale Garrett just the guy in front of you just didn't make enough mistakes for you to open the door.
Yeah, he got there and he couldn't do anything with him. No, I tried to conserve as much tire as possible there that opening run, and looks like we let him get a little bit too far out. But yeah, I was trying, and ultimately got the right front hot there, and then it didn't want to turn after being all over him. Could have tapped him, but that's not what we do here, and that's not what I want to do either. But yeah, it was fun trying to be up there all over him. It was it was very easy to overdrive the center of the corner, and you know, if you did that, your right front would have got hotter quicker. But congrats to Andrew. He drove a great race.
Yeah, it looked like, starting position was a premium tonight. The inversion helped several drivers. And, you guys look like you stayed kind of single file, just saving tires. I said at 20 to go, you probably should start going after him. Did you wait just a little bit too long?
Well, yeah, the inversion definitely helped for sure. I knew it would. I knew it'd be really hard to pass here. The straightaways just aren't long enough to build a run. But anyway, I looked down at my lap counter when I was about lap 30, and I said, okay, lap 45, we'll go after it, because I figured lap 20, if I went after him, I'd burn it up, and Kyler or somebody would get by me. But I don't know. Maybe should have waited till about 10 or 12 to go. But regardless, he was going to be tough to pass anyways.
Well, an awesome run, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Marv, Jeff for putting this thing on. Shout out to mom and dad watching, and look forward. Shout out to you, Roger, for allowing us to be on the big stage, if you will. But yeah, looking forward to. Well, actually, no, I will not be here next week. I'm looking forward to a couple races down the road. So.
All right. Well, we'll miss you next week, man. Congratulations again. Thanks for chatting with us. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Roger.
Dale Garrett finishing second. We are not going to get an interview tonight from our third-place driver, Kyler Davis, but we do congratulate him on a fantastic run. Even with the damage, he was able to maintain in there, and he held off Pete Dillon for that last 7-8 laps on the outside. So we'll look at the results. It was Perry, Garrett, and Davis 1, 2, 3. Dillon was 4th. Duffy 5th. McLaughlin 6th. Werdeman 7th. Turnmeyer 8th. Stockner 9th. Westendorf 10th. Vinny 11th. Unfortunate for Adam. He got into some stuff early and just could not recover. And he tried. He did unlap him. He was 2 laps down. He unlapped himself. He just didn't catch a caution and could not get that other lap back. And then John Brunner, after a late pit stop, 2 laps down, finished in 12th. Another fine evening of racing. Appreciate everybody sticking with us, staying up and tuning in. We will be back on Sunday night for the Mars Series, the Beards Wisconsin Pavement Late Model Series. Make sure you tune in for that. Say hi in the chat. Till we see you guys the next time, we're going to get out of here.